All right, guys, welcome. Glad you're all here today. And today's a little interesting. I want to bring up these two words, react versus respond. And I really want to ask you this question is, have you ever had those days where you feel like people are just trying to test your patience, where everything you do and whatever it is, maybe it's work, maybe it's people around you, but you just feel like people are just trying to test your patience, where the things that are happening are, really interesting. Well, this comes up. And so I was looking back, there's a book by high performance coach, Ben Bergeron. It's called Chasing Excellence. Really great book. I highly recommend it. But in there, he has a simple saying, which is E plus R equals O. And what that means is the E is event. The R I'm going to get to in a second. But the event plus the reaction or response gives you your outcome, right? And so it goes really deep into the difference. And so when you think about things that are happening to us, or events that happen to us, or moments that happen to us, in that event, plus our reaction or how we respond, gives us the ultimate outcome. So you're in control a lot of times of the outcome because it's based on how you respond or how you react. Now, the difference of the two is incredible. So I want you guys to think about it, right? So E plus R equals O, but the R is the factor. You either react or you respond. And there is a major difference. You see, when you react, you're impulsive. It's very quick. You also, when you react, comes from emotion. It's very surface. Now, when you respond, right? If reaction is impulsive, when you respond, it's calculated. There's some thought to it. And the other one is emotions, right? When people react to an event or they react to a situation, it's usually very emotional, which is interesting, right? But when you respond, it's very principled. It's deeper. So I want you guys to think about that today. I want you to think about these different reaction or responses. All right? I want you to think about that. I want you to take a second the next time an emotional response is coming. And I want you to ask yourself, what would the best version of me do here? How does the best version of me handle this? You see, because high stress situations aren't going anywhere. Difficult times aren't going to stop. The outcome of those events is completely in your control, because it's going to be, are you going to react and be impulsive, live on emotion, be very surfaced, which usually factors in regret, which factors in I'm sorry's? Or are you going to be very responsive, very grounded, very calculated, very principled in your response? You see, because the best version of you is and should be driven by your principles. If you're struggling now and you're in things are swirling around you and you don't know how to respond, it's because we don't have principles. It's because we haven't come up with our principles and how we react to situations. And I say this in regard, back in my college days, I was, let's say I had made a poor choice in one evening. And I remember the coach bringing me to the side I didn't start the game that day, and I didn't really understand why. And I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to throw people under the bus. And there's too many lives that and other people involved. So I'm not going to. But again, the choice was, and it wasn't anything bad, but I was around probably the wrong group of people, and and that was a choice. And that day, we went for he looked me straight in the face, gave me why and what he knew, and before he walked away and left me sit there to think, he said, "Just remember that the eagles never fly with turkeys." And that has lived with me for a long time. And in those moments, as a young kid, I was very reactionary, did things out of impulse, did things out of emotion. And as time goes on, and as you start to learn the benefits, and you start to actually making better responses, you start making calculated decisions, is because you then become very principled in who you are. And I'm going to tell you right now, the moment you lay down those principles, the moment that those become how you live, your life will get easier, not harder. Because decisions become easy. So I just want to give you that simple little tool is this. The next time you're in that high stress environment, the next time your patients are tested, step back, use principle 2 of optimal self, which is breathe. Get yourself some deep breaths, get yourself some really, really good oxygen, and then simply ask yourself, how does the best version of me respond? Because when you can figure that out, you're on the way to the life that you deserve. There you go. Do me a huge favor today. Somebody out there right now is struggling, and you have the opportunity to help them. So do it. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. More than anything, give it a share. Give somebody that tool, the tool of how breath and how a simple question can change your life for the better. All right? Have an awesome morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Know that we need you. Know that you're worthy, capable, and deserving of the life that you want. And then until next time, get out there and be the best version of you.